So we're going to be talking about the 4 wheels of success. This is going to be the who, the what, the how, and the when. Now, I like using this graphic up here because this is a chassis of a car. There's 4 tires on the ground. It's required to have all 4 tires on the ground in order for this chassis to be able to roll, right? If you only had 3 tires on the ground, well, it'd be dragging around a little bit. It wouldn't be as effective as it really should. And imagine if you only had 2 of the tires on the ground, it would be dragging around. And if you only had 1, you'd really be going in circles. And that's what happens with a lot of people when they're marketing their auto repair services is they only have 1 or 2 of these tires working for them. I'm going to show you what all 4 of these are and how you can use them in any and all marketing that you do so you can multiply the effectiveness of everything you do. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into number 1, the who. Now, who are you going to be attracting to your shop is extremely important. Not everybody is your customer. You need to get the best quality customer you can because there's only so much time in the day and you have only so much bay space in the back. You need to have good quality customers coming in the door. What am I talking about good quality? Well, somebody who's driving a car that's maybe 6 to 16 years old. Okay, it's not too old and it's not too new. Too new, there's hardly any work that needs to be done. Too old, if you live in the Rust Belt like I do here in Ohio, maybe it's a pain to work on because there's too much rust, or parts might be a little bit more difficult the older the vehicle is. Okay, so there's kind of a sweet spot. Your shop might be different. You pretty much already know where your sweet spot is. Okay, but we need somebody that's driving the right car and somebody that's ready, willing, and able to spend money in your shop. They want to take care of their vehicle. They want to make sure that their vehicle's safe and reliable on the road, and those are the people that we want to have in your shop. We don't want to be attracting bottom feeders and just those pain in the butt customers, right? We want to get the best quality customer. So it's very important that we have the right person there in front of us. Now, who are the 3 best who's to have in your business? Well, your current clients. See, here's what's really great about your current clients and your past clients. You know something about them. You know, are they a good client? Are they ready, willing, and able to spend money? Or are they maybe a bottom feeder, somebody that's not going to spend a lot of money? You go through, you do a proper inspection, you give them a whole list of everything to do, and then they say, nah, I got a buddy in the business that's going to take care of all that stuff. They just never spend money in your shop. So when you're advertising to get new people in the door, you know nothing about them. But when you're marketing to people that already know, love, and trust you, that you have a history with them, like your current customers or your past customers, you know who the best people are to have in your shop already. Plus, on top of that, you already have some contact information so you can get a hold of them. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, all right? The final thing is referred clients. Referred clients are people that your current customers or your past customers have recommended to you. And birds of a feather flock together. As you already know, somebody who's been referred by somebody else that comes in is a really good quality customer. Okay, so those, for purposes of this course here, are who we want to start with. This is the low-hanging fruit. These are the easiest people to get in your shop. And by the way, they're also your highest ticket customers that you can have. Okay, so let's look at the opportunity that you have in front of you simply by directing all of your marketing efforts at your current clients, your past clients, and getting more referrals. Okay, so the opportunity is this. Now, if we're looking at a car that's maybe 6 to 16 years old, how many times does it need to be in your shop? Well, I can pretty much tell you when I do this presentation live in front of an audience, the number tends to be somewhere around 3 on average. Okay, a 6 to 16-year-old car should be in your shop probably about 3 times. Well, for purposes of this training here, I'm just going to use 2 times. Okay, I don't like using pie in the sky numbers here. I just want to kind of give you some real numbers to work with. So every one of those vehicles that's a money car, 6 to 16 years old, should be in your shop at least 2 times per year. So we're going to use that number. Now, every one of your customers, when they go home, how many cars are sitting in their driveway at night? Well, again, when I ask a live audience, the number tends to be 3 or 4. Okay, depending on how old their vehicle, how old their kids are, and if they got extra cars there. But the number tends to be 4. I'm going to use, again, for purposes of this training, I'm only going to use 2 vehicles per household. Okay, so now you got 2 cars per household that each need to be in your shop 2 times each. So the potential visits for every one of your customers is 4. Okay, so all we got to do is look back a year. How many individuals did you get in your shop? Not how many cars, how many individuals did you get in your shop? Now we need to then multiply that by 4, and that's where your opportunity is, strictly by marketing to people that know, love, and trust you, that you already have their buying habits. Now you're not going to invite them all back, but we're going to invite the majority of them, the people that are ready, willing, and able to spend money. So there's a lot of opportunity sitting there, right there in your database. Now, this is a little mini course here, so I'm going to give you a really small goal based on all the information you're going to get in this course. Your goal is really to get 1 more visit per vehicle. Okay, now how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to try to get the same vehicle in the shop once more. On average, by the way, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, on average, the average car is in the auto repair shop about 1.3 to 1.5 times per year, not even twice per year. Now, we know they should be in at least twice per year, and I'm talking the average vehicle there. So there's a lot of meat on the bone, okay? So chances are you can get a few of those cars that are not in your shop twice a year by marketing to your current clients. You can get that vehicle in, okay? There's also those cars that are sitting in a driveway, okay? So you might be working on one of the vehicles, but there's more opportunity sitting in the same driveway every single evening. So by marketing to your current clients, we can get the same car back, or we can get another vehicle that's already in their driveway. Again, the customer already knows, loves, and trusts you. Why wouldn't they bring that vehicle to you? So we want to market to them to get that car in as well. And then finally, we also want to get a referral. Okay, now a referral tends to happen because you do really good quality work. And when somebody's looking for a company to do business with, you're the first person that comes to mind and you get recommended. Also, I'm going to take the referral out a little bit further by talking about getting reviews, getting more reviews. The more of your customers review you, the more AKA referrals you'll get. Okay, a referral right now is a Google review, because a lot of people, the first thing they do when they're looking for a shop to do business with is they look at the reviews and what other people are talking about and saying about you. So getting more reviews, I kind of consider that an extra referral. But all we need to do is get your customers. So let's just say you had 500 customers that came into your shop over the past year. You may have more, you may have less. Let's just use 500. So if we had 500 customers there, all we want to do is get them in 1 more additional time. So in other words, what we're doing is we're getting 500 more visits from the customers that you already know, love, and trust. And let's say your average RO is about $500. That's about average around the country right now. So if you get 500 more visits in your shop, times $500 RO, now we're talking an extra $250,000 in business. So right there, just simply by focusing your marketing on the low-hanging fruit, the easiest people to get back in your shop, you could easily boost your sales by $250,000. Okay? So that's going to conclude this very first video. And next video, we're going to be talking about the what of the 4 wheels of success. We got the who, now what are we going to send them? What you just watched was the first video in our free Repair Shop Tune-Up course, built specifically to help shop owners just like you to market better, sell with confidence, and make more money. Now, to get access to the rest of the free course, click the link in the description below. And if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical strategies to help you build a more profitable, stress-free auto repair shop. Thanks for watching.